Okay, in the last class, what we have seen is up till last class, we have seen with respect to continuous time Fourier transform. So we applied Fourier transform for aperiodic signal, which are continuous in nature. For discrete time Fourier transform, we are going to apply the Fourier transform, which are discrete in nature and which are aperiodic. So you may ask why this continuous time Fourier transform separately and why discrete time Fourier transform separately. So if you take, for example, a sensor. So you have a sensor here. So the output of the sensor will be continuous in nature. Okay. So this output of the sensor is continuous. So you cannot process it directly with the help of a computer or some you know microcontroller such as Arduino. So what you have to do is you have to add an ADC to it. So what is this ADC? It converts the analog thing to the digital thing. Okay, analog to digital converter, and this digital signal is given to your computer to process. So whatever the process which is happening in computer, you write the algorithm using Arduino or any microcontroller, you write for digital signals. So Arduino has an inbuilt ADC within itself. Okay, for example, if you want to connect to a computer, you have to have an external ADC, connect that sensor there, and then give it to the computer. So any process which is happening in real time, so you have to convert this analog signal to digital signal with help of ADC. There's a concept called as sampling also. So if I get time at the end, I'll explain about that. But this is the real time scenario which I'm explaining. Why we need a digital time signal? So what is the impact? So why do we need to study about discrete time Fourier transform separately? So these are the things which you need to know. So as I told you, for a aperiodic signal, we apply Fourier transform, then it is known as discrete time Fourier transform. So you have a discrete time signal which is not repeating with respect to time. Okay, so somewhat it is like this, and you are applying the Fourier transform for this. Okay, you are converting the time domain to Fourier domain, then it is known as discrete time Fourier transform. So how can you represent with the help of equation? X of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So this is your analysis equation. Same thing like continuous Fourier transform. Here instead of that integral, you change it to summation. So some difference will be there, but all the things are same here. To get the magnitude spectra, phase spectra, and to find solve IDFT, everything is same. Okay, technique remains the same. Only this formula you should remember. Okay, so in order to get back your frequency domain signal or your time domain signal from your frequency domain signal, what is the formula? X of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to pi x of omega e power j omega n into d omega. So this is your synthesis equation. So what are the two equations we have to remember here? First one is the analysis equation, where x of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So this is your analysis equation. So what is our synthesis equation? To get back the time domain signal, x of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus pi to pi. In some textbook you can find over the period of 2 pi. So it's one and the same. So x of omega e power j omega n d omega. So this is your synthesis equation. So using these two, we are going to solve problems in this. First, we will solve for today's class using this analysis equation. Synthesis equation we will solve in the next class, because we have already seen some problems similarly in CTFT. Okay, using partial fraction method, using properties. Okay, so these are the important things which occurs. So you have to practice it, and then only you'll get that. So having said that, we'll use this formula for today and solve some problems. Okay, so the first problem for today: find the discrete time Fourier transform of the following signal and get the spectrum. So we have to get the magnitude spectra, we have to get them phase spectra. So what it is given? Given them time domain signal x of n is equal to a power of n u of n, where modulo of a is less than 1. So what is the first thing you have to do is, first thing you have to write the formula. So let us write the formula and solve step by step. So what is the formula for x of omega to get the Fourier transform? X of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So this is your Fourier transform equation. So now what is your x of n is equal to a power of n u of n. So if it comes u of n, it is defined from n is equal to 0 to infinity, and then your x of n is a power of n into e power minus j omega n, because you have unit step function, it is defined from 0 to infinity. Okay, so like this. So many of you have not written these dots and have deducted 1 mark for that. Okay, so don't think I have deducted simply. Okay, so otherwise many people have written simply 3 sticks. So it is a finite signal, it doesn't represent unit step function. So when you represent unit step function, you should write these 3 dots. Okay, so now how can I simplify this one? So summation n is equal to 0 to infinity. So a e power minus j omega whole to the power of n. So this one you have studied in mathematics. Summation n is equal to 0 to infinity. A power of n is equal to 1 by 1 minus a. Same formula we will apply here. What we will get? 1 by 1 minus a e power minus j omega. So this is your x of omega. So we have got our x of omega. Then what we want to get? We have to get them spectrum. So what are the 2 types of spectrum we have to get? Magnitude spectra and phase spectra. For that we will solve now. So first we will get the magnitude spectra. So to get the magnitude spectra, what we have to do? We have to express in terms of a plus jb. So now we have x of omega is equal to 1 by 1 minus a e power minus j omega. Observe what I will do. So x of omega, I can write it as 1 minus a cos omega minus j sin omega. Okay. Then what can I do is, I will multiply the numerator and denominator afterwards. Okay, so let me simplify this thing further. So x of omega, I can write it as 1 by 1 minus a cos omega, so the real term, then plus j sin omega into a. So this is your complex term. Okay, so now what will I do is, I will multiply and divide by minus j omega and minus j omega. So 1 minus a cos omega minus j sin omega a divided by 1 minus a cos omega divided by minus j sin omega a. So I have to get in terms of a plus jb form. So I am doing this circus. So this thing you can multiply numerator here and denominator here. So this you have to do, simplify it. So if you simplify it, you will get in terms of a plus jb as x of omega is equal to 1 minus a cos omega divided by 1 plus a squared minus 2a cos omega minus j into a sin omega divided by 1 plus a squared minus 2a cos omega. So this is in the form of a plus jb. Okay, so this is in the form of a plus jb, and then you can get your magnitude spectra and phase spectra. So in order to bring that, I have done these 2 steps. So for that, so this simplification you can do, it's some 2 or 3 steps. Okay, so simplification you have to do. So what is your magnitude spectra? Finally it will be, so magnitude spectra, I have expressed in the form of a plus jb. So it will be in the form of root of a squared plus b squared. So simplify that, answer you should end up as root of 1 minus 2a cos omega plus a squared. So this thing is same thing for CTFT we have done, for Fourier series we have done. So I do not want to repeat those steps again. So this you have to do it, solve it, and phase of x of omega you should get as minus tan inverse of b by a. So the answer should be minus tan inverse of sine omega a divided by 1 minus a cos omega. Okay. So this thing, since I have written in the form of a plus jb, so other things you can do. Okay. So yeah, I have expressed in terms of a plus jb. Then what you have to get? You have to get the magnitude and you have to get the phase. Magnitude is root of a squared plus b squared, and phase is equal to tan inverse of b by a. So using that, you have to solve, and you should get the answer. So what we have done, first they have given the question to us to find the discrete time Fourier transform of the following and get the spectra. So first write the formula. X of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. Then what is x of n? A power of n u of n. So a power of n from 0 to infinity, because it is unit step function, into e power minus j omega n. Then we have substituted using formula. We have got x of omega. Then we have to get in terms of magnitude spectra and phase spectra. So in order to get in terms of a plus jb form, I have simplified, expressed in terms of cos and sine, and simplified that, and get your magnitude spectra, which is root of a squared plus b squared, and phase spectra is equal to minus tan inverse of b by a. So now same techniques. Okay, so this is simple because continuous time Fourier transform we have solved so many problems, and also Fourier series also we have solved so many problems with respect to this magnitude spectra and phase spectra. So I will leave to you to calculate the magnitude spectra and phase spectra. Only I will calculate the discrete time Fourier transform. Okay, so now let us go to another problem here. X of n is equal to 1 3 5 3 1. So if this is given, this is the origin. If it is not given this arrow, you should consider 1 as the origin. Okay, in the test I have given directly 1 3 5, so you should have considered 1 as the origin. Okay, so you should not ask me where is this arrow mark, sir. This arrow mark, if it is not given, directly take this position as the origin. If it is given, this is the origin. So this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is 1 and 2. So x at 0 is 5, x at minus 1 is 3, x at minus 2 is 1, and x at 1 is 3, and x of 2 is 1. So instead of this, in the exam they may give the plot like this. The question remains the same. Okay, so instead of plot, I have given the values. Okay, so now I will add another question to it and evaluate x of omega at omega is equal to 0. First we have to calculate x of omega, then we have to calculate x of omega at omega is equal to 0. So let us solve step by step. So what is x of omega? X of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega into n. So now they have given us the values x of minus 2, x of minus 1, x of 0. We have to just substitute it. Okay, so let us solve step by step. So first what they have given, x at minus 2 e power minus j omega into n. N is minus 2, minus into minus plus. Okay, so plus x at minus 1 e power minus j omega, minus into minus is plus. Then x at 0 e power 0, I will not write, it is 1, you know that. Then x of 1 e power minus j omega into 3 plus x at 2 e power minus j omega into 1. So now let us substitute the values and get our answer. What is the value of x at minus 2? It is 1. 1 e power j omega into 2. What is the value of x at minus 1? 3. So 3 e power j omega into 1 plus x at 0, the value is 5, and x at 1, the value is 3 e power minus j omega into 3 plus, sorry, I have made a mistake here. So it should be 1 because x of 1 e power minus j omega into n, right? So this should be 1. And then finally x at 2, the value is 2. So x at 2, the value is 1. So 1 e power minus j. So here again I have made a mistake. It should be 2 omega because it's x at 2, right? N is equal to 2 here. Omega into 2. Sorry for these two mistakes. Okay. Sorry, note down that because n is equal to 1 here and n is equal to 2 here. Okay. So now let us simplify the things. So what I will do is e power j omega. So e power j omega is there. So all the e power j omega term I will bring one side, and e power 2j omega, e power minus 2j, we will do one side. So first 5 plus, then I will take 3 common, e power j omega plus e power minus j omega, because I have taken these two. Okay, because I have to express in terms of cos or sine. Okay, because of that I am doing that, e power j theta, e power minus j theta. Then this one plus 1 into e power j into 2 omega, so this term, then plus e power minus j into 2 omega. So how can we simplify this one? 5 plus 3 into this one, e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2 is equal to cos omega. So e power j theta plus e power minus j theta will be equal to 2 cos omega. And this one here, it will be cos 2 omega. So this one is cos 2 omega. Okay, so this is your answer here. So now we have done some problem with respect to this one. So let us go, we will solve some more problems to get an idea. So here I have made another mistake. So it should be 2 here. Okay, so you can further simplify as 5 plus 6 cos omega plus 2 cos 2 omega. Okay, so it should be e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. Okay. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next problem. So I know you're getting bored because we are solving the same problems which we have done in CTFT. So instead of CTFT, we are applying DTFT here. So it's a standard rule we have to follow. Okay, we have to do here. So what is x of omega? X of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega into n. So now what is your x of n? Del of n. So n varies from minus infinity to infinity, del of n e power minus j omega n. So if this term comes, it's easy. So this term is equal to e power minus j omega n at n is equal to 0. So this one will be equal to 1. So how does your magnitude spectra will look like? So it will become, usually it looks like this. So this is your magnitude of x of omega for different values of omega. And phase is 0 because you don't have that j term, right? So this problem is quite easy for you. Okay, so now let us go to another standard problem here. So what's the question here? Find them DTFT of them rectangular pulse. Okay, whenever I say rectangular pulse, you have to imagine there's a rectangular pulse of amplitude A, like that, and length L. Okay, so x of n is equal to A for n varies from 0 to L minus 1 is equal to 0 otherwise. So it's easy. We have the formula, substitute that and get the answer. So we will solve that step by step. So what is your x of omega? X of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega into n. So now what is your x of n? X of n is equal to a defined from 0 to L minus 1. So x of n is equal to a. It is defined from 0 to L minus 1 into e power minus j omega into n. So how can we simplify this further? I will take a outside. Summation n varies from 0 to L minus 1 e power minus j omega whole power of n. So this you have studied in mathematics. So k varies from 0 to n. A power of k is equal to 1 minus a to the power of n plus 1 divided by 1 minus a, provided a not equal to 1, otherwise it will become infinity. So using this formula we will simplify this one. So it will be a into 1 minus e power minus j omega n plus 1. So L minus 1 plus 1 is L divided by 1 minus A. A is e power minus j omega. So this is your A. But what we have to do? We have to further simplify in terms of sine omega or sine and cos to simplify the terms. So let me take to you to next page. So what we have? We have here A into 1 minus e power minus j omega L divided by 1 minus e power minus j omega. So this is your x of omega. But what I told you? I have told you that we have to express in terms of sine. So what we have to do? We have to simplify this one. So observe what I am writing here. So I can write this one as a e power minus j omega into L by 2. Do not get confused. I will explain what I have done here. So e power plus j omega into L by 2 minus e power minus j omega into L by 2 divided by e power minus j omega by 2 into e power j omega by 2 minus e power minus j omega by 2. So some of you might be thinking, what is this, sir? So what I have done is, I have simplified it so that it becomes in terms of sine. So you multiply this one, e power minus j omega L by 2 into e power plus j omega L by 2. So a power m into a power of n is equal to a power m plus n. So you multiply this one, e power minus j omega L by 2 plus e power minus j omega L by 2. So m plus n will be equal to 0. E power 0, that is equal to 1, minus e power minus, you take outside, j omega into L by 2 plus L by 2 is equal to L. So you have to simplify so that it becomes in terms of sine and cos. So I have written in terms of e power j theta minus e power minus j theta. So I can write in terms of sine. Okay. Denominator also same thing. You multiply these two, you will get 1, and multiply these two, you will get this term. Okay. So I have simplified each and every term for you. So now what we can write this one as a e power minus j omega. Here what you can do is L, I will take this denominator to the numerator so that it becomes L minus 1 by 2. And your numerator term, sine e power j theta minus e power minus 2 theta by, e power minus j theta by 2j is sine theta. So sine omega L by 2 into 2j divided by sine omega by 2 into 2j. So this 2j we can get cancelled. So this is your answer. So this is your x of omega. So now in order to get the phase spectra and magnitude spectra, it is easy. Why? Because we can express in terms of polar form. So r e power j theta. So r is nothing but your magnitude. So a sine omega L by 2 into divided by sine omega by 2 is your r here. So your magnitude, so I'll write here itself so that we can conclude here itself. So the magnitude of x of omega is equal to a into sine omega L by 2 divided by sine omega by 2. So this is your magnitude spectra. In order to get the phase spectra, we have this one, e power minus j omega L minus 2. So express, in terms of cos and sine and get it. So I can write e power minus j omega into L minus 1 by 2 as cos omega into L minus 1 by 2 minus j sine omega into L minus 1 by 2. So your phase will be tan inverse of b by a, which is minus sine omega into L minus 1 by 2 divided by cos omega into L minus 1 by 2. So sine by cos is tan. So finally you should get as minus omega into L minus 1 by 2. So this is your phase. So this is your magnitude. So let me write there. So this is your magnitude. So this is your phase, so that it will be easy when you read it. Okay. So we have solved, same problems in CTFT also, getting the magnitude and phase. Okay. So I do not like to elaborate on the things which I've already, explained it. So let us go to another problem here. So these are like standard problems, del of n, u of n. Okay. So now let us solve this one. We have to find the discrete time Fourier transform of the signal of unit step function where x of n is equal to u of n. So how can we solve that? First, we have to write the formula. X of omega is equal to n varies between minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So your n is now varies between 0 to infinity because it is unit step function, and x of n is 1 e power minus j omega into n. So how can I simplify this one? Again, summation n varies from 0 to infinity a power of n. So e power minus j omega into n. So summation n varies from 0 to infinity a power of n is 1 by 1 minus a. So 1 by 1 minus e power minus j omega. So this we have to further simplify in terms of sign. So what I will do, you observe here, 1 by e power minus j omega by 2 into e power plus j omega by 2 minus e power minus j omega by 2. So now this will simplify to e power j omega by 2, and this we can write as 2j sine omega by 2, because e power j theta minus e power minus j theta by 2j is sine omega by 2 into 2j. So this is your final answer. So I have calculated x of omega, magnitude and phase you have to calculate. Having said that, let me move on to next problem. So this is del of n. I have already done that. Sorry for that one. Okay. So now x of n is equal to 1 minus 1 whole to the power of n into u of n. So yeah, let us solve this. This is again easier problem. So what we have, x of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So what is x of n? Minus 1 power of n here. So summation n varies from 0 to infinity. What is x of n? Minus 1 power of n e power minus j omega into n. So this we can further simplify as summation n varies from 0 to infinity minus e power minus j omega whole power of n. So now this is in terms of summation n varies from 0 to infinity a power of n, which is 1 by 1 minus a. So 1 by 1 minus a. So now how can we further simplify this one? So 1 by 1 plus e power plus j omega. So again, we have to express in terms of sine or cos here. So what I will do is, I will take e power, so this is minus, so e power minus j omega by 2 outside, and it will be e power plus j omega by 2 plus e power minus j omega by 2. So if you further simplify that, you bring that e power j omega by 2 to the numerator, and denominator it will be 2 cos omega by 2, because e power j theta plus e power minus j theta by 2. So this is 2 cos omega by 2. So we have simplified this one. Okay. So now let me go to another problem. So the question here is x of n is equal to u of n minus u of n minus 6. So we have solved this one. Same thing in CTFT also. Why I am not stretching the problems here is that we have solved that problem. Again, solving this one, only there is a formula difference, everything remains the same. Okay, so scoring in the subjects is quite easy when compared to others, and there is no things to remember here other than some of the formulas. Okay, so what we have got here, x of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega into n. So this is our formula. So now what is x of n? X of n is equal to 1, where n varies from 0 to 5 because it is discrete. If it was continuous, you would have written from 0 to 6. So now your n, x of n is 1. So n varies from 0 to 5 e power minus j omega into n. So this, how can you simplify? We have a mathematics formula, n is equal to 0 to 5. A power of n is nothing but 1 minus a power n plus 1 divided by 1 minus a. So this can be simplified as 1 minus e power minus j omega into 5 plus 1 divided by 1 minus e power minus j omega. Using this formula here, I have solved this one. So this get simplified as 1 minus e power minus j 6n divided by 1 minus e power minus j omega. So this is your answer for this one. Magnitude spectra, phase spectra, you should solve. Okay, so yeah, let me take you to the next problem. So what's the question here? X of n is equal to 2 power of n into u of minus 1, u of minus n. So this you might find difficult. So this one I will solve. And next question, I think I can give you a homework at least. So let me solve this one for you. So we have x of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega into n. So your n is u of minus n. U of n minus n, how it does it look? So it is defined only for negative values, right? Right. From minus infinity up till 0. So your n will become minus infinity to 0. Your x of n is nothing but 2 power of n into e power minus j omega into n. So now there is one twist here. So when there is this minus n coming into picture, this limits like this, if it varies, so what you have to do is put m is equal to minus n. Then what happens is your limit changes. So m varies from 0 to infinity. I have solved this one in first module, many problems, first and second modules. So what happens when you substitute m is equal to minus n? So I do not want to repeat. So 2 to the power of minus m e power plus j omega into m, because I have replaced n by minus m, or m is equal to minus n. So then how can you further solve this one? So summation m is equal to 0 to infinity 2 to the power of minus 1 e power plus j omega whole to the power of m. So this is nothing but 1 by 1 minus a. So 1 by 1 minus 2 to the power of minus 1 e power j omega. So this is equal to 2 divided by 2 minus e power j omega. So like this you can simplify the things and solve. Okay, so let us go to another problem here. So the question here is x of n is equal to 1 by 4 whole to the power of n into u of n plus 4. So how can we solve this one? So again, same thing. X of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega of n. So now your n varies from minus 4 to infinity because u of n plus 4. So n varies from minus 4 to infinity. X of n is 1 by 4 power of n into e power minus j omega into n. So now you have to put, so this is the twist here, m is equal to n plus 4. Okay, so this thing you have to see here. So what happens to your integral? Summation m is equal to 0 to m is equal to infinity. So m is equal to n plus 4. So this will be m minus 4 e power minus j omega into m minus 4. So further we can simplify this one as summation m is equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 4 whole power of n into 4 power of 4 into e power minus j omega m into e power plus j omega into 4. So you have to simplify this one further. So how can we simplify this one? I'll take 4 to the power of 4 e power j omega 4 outside, and your summation will be from 0 to infinity 1 by 4 e power minus j omega whole power of m. So this you can further simplify. 4 to the power of 4 is 256. Then e power j4 omega. So this is 1 by 1 minus a. So 1 by 1 minus 1 by 4 e power minus j omega. So in textbook they'll give you directly. So these steps, you have to understand and you have to write and you have to get. Okay. So actually I wanted to give this as homework to you, but it's okay. So yeah, so let me end this class with the last problem for today. I know since we are working out, we have lost one class. I had to speed up this class, but it's okay. It's the same kind of problems which I have encountered in CTFT. But the derivation, I will post that video to you. Derivations for properties of CTFT and DTFT. Make sure you write it once and revise it. And for your test 2 portions will be module 3 and module 4. And I have almost covered that all the 2 modules for this test. Make sure you write it and you revise it. You have done well in test 1. So everyone, make sure you put the same effort to test 2, and do not neglect this. So if you finish test 1 and test 2, it's like best of 2, right? So it will be good that you finish it off with the nice score in signals and system. Okay, so for externals, what you have to do is you have to solve problems from textbooks like Ganesh Rao, Uday Kumar, and solve problems with respect to some 3 old question papers. So yeah, we'll see about that in some other class. So we'll solve this problem here. So now what we have is x of n is equal to a power modulo of n. So modulo of a is less than 1. So we will solve step by step. So x of omega is equal to summation n varies from minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So now it is given as x of n as a power modulo n. Let us substitute that one. N is equal to minus infinity to infinity a power modulo n e power minus j omega n. So now a power modulo n means a is equal to minus n when it is less than 0, a is equal to plus n when it is greater than 0. So how can we simplify this one? N varies from minus infinity to minus 1. That time your x of n will be a power minus n into e power minus j omega n. And this one on the right hand side, it will be n varies from 0 to infinity a power n e power minus j omega into n. So further, how can we simplify this one? Summation n varies from minus infinity to minus 1 a e power minus j omega whole to the power of minus n plus summation n varies from 0 to infinity a e power minus j omega whole to the power of n. So now we have difficulty only here. So only replace n by minus n and solve it. So we'll replace n by minus n. So yeah, I'll take it here. So if you replace n by n minus a, integral changes. N is equal to 1 to infinity a e power j omega whole power of n plus summation n varies from 0 to infinity a e power minus j omega whole of n. So this you have to simplify further. Okay, so this one you can do that. So if you simplify this one, so solve that. So this one a power of n 1 by 1 minus a, so this is also a power of n 1 by 1 minus a. Solve it. So your answer should be, so I'll write the answer. So this just takes like one or two steps. So the answer should be 1 minus a square divided by 1 plus a squared minus 2a cos omega. So this should be your answer. So this simplifying you can do because it's the same as the previous one. A power of n 1 by 1 minus a e power j omega plus 1 by 1 minus e power minus j omega. Simplify that one to get your final answer. So you have to do step by step. Okay, so having said that, one homework problem for you, since I have restricted my homework problems for this class, like one or two I guess. Yeah, so this is your homework problem. Solve dtft for x of n is equal to del of 6 minus 3n. Okay, so you solve this one. So your answer should be e power minus j omega 2. So this should be your answer. So one hint I can solve. So you substitute there. So you have to take 6 minus 3n is equal to 0. So this is your hint, because the time of occurrence is obtained by equating 6 minus 3n to 0. Okay, so this is your hint. Okay, while solving you will get to know, okay, why should you do this one. Solve that one and you have to land up this with this answer. Okay, so yeah, since it's time